Speak English like a pro? Subscribe for helpful tips and fun lessons. In a small town, two brothers, Malik and Amir, grew up as best friends. Malik was older, with a spirit as bright as the sun. He loved telling stories and dreamed of becoming a writer. Amir looked up to him, following his every step. But there was one thing that set them apart. Malik had darker skin, much darker than Amir's. And this difference became a challenge they both had to face. Malik noticed it first when they were little. People stared at him longer, sometimes whispering things he didn't understand. As he grew older, he began to understand that people treated him differently just because of his skin color. Amir watched as his brother faced challenges that he didn't, seeing how much it hurt Malik, even when he didn't say it out loud. One day, when Malik was 12 and Amir was 10, they went to the local shop to buy groceries for their mother. The shopkeeper, who was usually friendly, looked at Malik with suspicion. "You're not planning to steal anything, are you?" he asked. Malik, hurt and embarrassed, shook his head and walked away without saying a word. Amir could feel his brother's pain, and he wanted to shout at the man for being so unfair. But Malik just put his arm around his younger brother and led him home quietly. After that day, Amir became even closer to Malik, standing by his side whenever people treated him unfairly. But Malik never let these moments define him. He would spend hours writing in his notebook, pouring out his thoughts and dreams. When Amir asked him why he loved writing so much, Malik replied, "Because words are powerful, little brother. They can show people who we really are, beyond what they see on the outside." As the years passed, Malik faced many struggles. Teachers would sometimes underestimate him, thinking he wasn't capable just because of his skin color. He was once excluded from a school play, even though he had worked so hard to prepare. But Malik never gave up. He would come home, take out his notebook, and write about his experiences, turning his pain into stories. Amir, who was now a teenager, began to understand more about the prejudice his brother faced. One day, he asked Malik, "Why don't you get angry? How can you stay so calm?" Malik smiled and put a hand on his brother's shoulder. "Because anger only burns you, Amir. Our strength comes from knowing who we are and never letting anyone else decide our worth. We carry our family's history and pride, and we're worth more than they think." Inspired by his brother's resilience, Amir began to stand up for Malik in public, calling out unfair treatment when he saw it. The brothers grew even closer, supporting each other through every challenge. Together, they started a small project in their school called Voices United. They invited students to share stories about their identities and backgrounds, creating a space where everyone could be proud of who they were. Through Voices United, more students began to understand the struggles Malik faced. They learned how unfair judgments can hurt people and began to see each other with new eyes. Malik's writing brought people together, his words spreading hope and understanding throughout the school. One day, Malik read a story at a school assembly. He talked about the times he had been judged, about his love for his family and his heritage, and about how much he valued kindness over hate. As he finished, there was a long silence before applause filled the room. For the first time, Malik felt truly seen, not as the black brother, but as Malik, the storyteller, the dreamer, the person who had a voice worth hearing. Years later, Malik became a writer, sharing his stories with the world, and Amir became an advocate for equality. They continued to work together, fighting against discrimination and standing up for the values they had grown up with: kindness, strength, and the unbreakable bond of brotherhood. The brothers' story didn't change the world overnight, but it touched hearts and opened minds, one story at a time. Through their journey, Malik and Amir proved that love, resilience, and understanding can break through any barrier. And they showed that no matter how difficult the road, standing together can bring hope for a more inclusive, accepting world. Moral of the story: the story of Malik and Amir teaches us the power of resilience, love, and unity in the face of prejudice. It reminds us that, no matter how difficult the challenges, self-worth comes from within, and no one else can define it for us. By embracing our identity and standing together, we can create understanding and inspire positive change. Brotherhood, empathy, and respect have the power to heal, bridge divides, and bring hope for a more inclusive world. Let's enrich our vocabulary with some new words. Vocabulary: prejudice, a definition: unfair judgment or opinion about someone, often based on appearance, background, or beliefs. Example: Malik faced prejudice because of his darker skin. Resilience, a definition: the ability to recover and stay strong in the face of difficulties. Example: Malik showed resilience by staying positive despite the unfair treatment he faced. Bond, a definition: a strong connection or relationship between people. Example: Malik and Amir shared a deep bond, supporting each other through challenges. Identity, a definition: the qualities and beliefs that make a person unique. One sense of self. Example: Malik and Amir learned to be proud of their identity, despite what others thought. Discrimination, a definition: unjust treatment of different categories of people, often based on race, age, or gender. Example: Malik experienced discrimination in school because of his appearance. Heritage, a definition: traditions, culture, and history passed down from previous generations. Example: Malik took pride in his family's heritage, which gave him strength. Judgment, a definition: the act of forming an opinion, often without full understanding or fairness. Example: people's unfair judgment of Malik hurt him deeply but didn't define him. Strength, a definition: the quality of being strong, both physically and mentally. Example: Malik's strength came from knowing his worth and staying true to himself. Unity, a definition: The state of being together or joined as one, especially in support or action. Example: Malik and Amir's unity helped them face the challenges of discrimination. Advocate, a definition: a person who publicly supports or fights for a cause. Example: Amir became an advocate for equality, inspired by his brother's experiences. I hope you loved the story as much as I enjoyed sharing it. Don't forget to subscribe for more great stories. Come back soon. And until then, keep spreading kindness.